Gouache, such an easy medium to use. Gouache, such a totally not difficult medium to learn. Or so I thought. Hello and welcome back to my videos. I'm Klepik and today I'll be talking about my process in learning gouache paint. So about 2 videos ago, I made a video about my first time using gouache paint and how it did not go very well. So to combat this, I decided to make this video in basically just painting a bunch of still lifes with gouache paint until I get a feel of how the paint works. So this video or these paintings not only helped with my learning how to use gouache paint, but it also helped me strengthen my still life skills, because before this I have never actually seriously drawn a still life before, and so I think this really helped with my shading and like how light works and stuff, because I usually just hatch my drawings until it looks decent, but with this I really had to focus on making like reflections and stuff look good. So the first thing I'm going to go in depth on in this video is how I've only been using the primary colors yellow, blue, and red, and then black and white, but those aren't primary, for all of my paintings, because first, it's kind of fun to have to mix all my colors to like accurately get them, and second, I know nothing about color theory, and this is my way of like attempting to learn it. So only using the primary colors has helped me kind of learn how to get different colors like purple, gray, orange, green, etc., etc. As well as how to make colors less vibrant or darker. Like get like a grayish purple is like a little difficult because it came out way too vibrant in some of them, but I think it's really cool and I'm kind of proud of myself for figuring out how to mix them accurately, since like I've always wondered how those like artists on Instagram who like have that sheet of paper where they like have a scene and then they can like so accurately like get the colors right. I've always wondered how they did that with like only like 3 colors. So I was kind of proud of myself for figuring it out. So on to my next point. Like I said earlier, I have never studied realism in my life. Still lifes are boring. I'm just gonna be so honest, they're boring as hell. I don't like them. But I wanted to paint and get better at it, and I know I need to do still lifes eventually to learn accurate lighting and stuff. So here we are. I'm finally practicing realism. Congratulations to me. It was a trip. I think a big thing with realism is observation. And the reason why I think, or I hope, I was pretty decent with it at the start, even with not having done any realism before, was because of the 100 heads challenge I did a while ago. I made a video on it. If you want to check it out, you should check it out. The video is kind of bad, but I did 100 heads and I'm kind of proud of it, so go check it out. But the 100 heads involved a lot of observation because I had to get the features to look right. I had to study the features to be able to just draw them more realistically even when not doing the challenge, because it helped me out with like not just drawing realism with my style itself. I got my features to look a lot more accurate, my proportions to look better and stuff. And so it involved a lot of observation to get the heads to look like the model I was referencing. So these drawings definitely took me out of my comfort zone because I never imagined I would be drawing objects and fruits in my free time. I never would have decided to do that if it wasn't for a purpose like studying art or anything like that. But I am glad I did it, and I think the 100 Heads challenge helped a lot with just being able to observe things accurately. So yeah. All right, we are on to my last point about painting more efficiently. So maybe efficient isn't the word, it's more like the method I learned to take when painting with gouache. So at first I didn't know what I was doing at all, but after I think like the first drawing, I got more of a method of it. So how to work and maximize my paint. So what I do is I work on an area at a time. For this, for talking about this, I'm going to use the banana drawing for the explanation. So first I mixed a blue that I liked, kind of like a greenish blue, not really ultramarine. That's the blue that I use as the primary color. So I had to mix like a blue and a yellow, or a little bit of yellow for it. So I mixed a blue that I liked, and then I put it down for the background. And then after that, I used the same leftover blue that I had from the background that was still on my palette, and then I mixed more ultramarine into it to make it like kind of darker and more purple. And then I used that for the banana shadow. And then after that, I did like a similar process on the banana itself. So I got the base color of the banana and I painted with that first. So I just painted like yellow all over the spot that was gonna be the banana. So I got the base color of the banana and I painted it. And then after that, I used the same yellow that I had and the same leftover yellow that I used to paint the base of the banana. And then I just made it darker and lighter when I needed to for the shadows, just like adding black or blue to the base when I needed to make it darker. And then I added more yellow and white when I needed to make it lighter. And then for just for the shadows and the highlights on the banana. And then I also painted with only one color at a time. So when I had the shadow color, I would paint the entire shadow on the banana. So like I would paint all the areas that would have shadow, and then I would move on to painting all the highlights on the banana. So unlike with the bell pepper, I didn't try to jump around from doing shadows and highlights at the same time. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Maybe the video helps with that explanation, but hopefully my explanation made sense. So after all those key points, now my afterthoughts, I guess. So now I finally have the power to paint whatever I want because I genuinely understand gouache now, and I genuinely love gouache now. I think it's a really fun medium once you get the hang of it. Even if it was like really streaky and ugly in the beginning, once you get the hang of it, it's a really fun medium. I've painted my partner like 5 times now in this past week with gouache paint. And actually, soon after completing these still lifes, I did my first ever attempt of like painting a face. I painted Miku, obviously, as my first attempt. I'll show her on screen. But yeah, I love gouache now. It's like my favorite medium. I paint with it every night now. Just like a quick thing. I really love gouache. So yeah. If you were thinking of trying gouache, I think you definitely should. It might be a little frustrating in the beginning, but like soon after like 2 paintings, I swear like 2 paintings, you'll get the hang of it. Watch a couple videos and then you'll be fine. You'll be on your way. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way through, I'm going to be showing all the still lifes on screen in more detail right about now in the ending, I guess. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you should definitely consider liking, commenting, or even subscribing. Thank you so much for watching again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye!